Oh, did you see all this bullshit done by...
Hey, hold on, you're live.
Did you see all this bullshit? What are you looking at?
You're live.
What are
On YouTube.
What are you doing now?
I'm gonna put some light on you.
Oh, spotlights.
Oh.
Look at that.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow. We are professionals. Hey, apologies if that's not super loud, but
Deal with it.
what do you want? This is a DIY operation. And with that, let's get into it. This is the Monday M.A.S.S with Chris Coté and Todd Richards, aka the world's greatest action sports podcast, aka
what?
Our 5th anniversary.
This is the 5th year anniversary. This is the anniversary of when you were so bored that you're like, will you come and do this podcast with me? Because I can't do it alone.
I was just sitting there talking to myself one day, and I realized, you know who would be fun to talk to? Todd Richards.
Literally anyone else.
And Todd was like, dude, I would give anything to work with you on a weekly basis. And I said, you know what? All you got to do is give me $500 a week. I'll let you co-host the show.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are, 5 years later. What's 5 times 52 times 5? That's like $180,000 that Todd's paid me so far to be part of this podcast.
And to celebrate our 5-year anniversary,
nothing.
We're gonna have a new format.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
New format.
Yeah, you didn't.
We're not talking.
I told you this morning.
Yeah.
We're gonna ask questions. We're gonna give news, but we're also gonna like talk about subjects.
Dude, I've been talking about subjects. Yeah, but what have you been doing? You mean it's official now?
This is gonna be better.
Well, on March 18th, 5 years ago, Todd and I got together and did this podcast.
Wait. May 18th.
May 18th.
That would be the anniversary part.
Okay, yeah. May 18th. I deleted it. Happy anniversary.
Mm.
We got together, and 5 years ago, talking about the same shit we're talking about today. Pretty much. 5 years ago, we talked about Shaun White getting barreled.
Oh, wait, this is like what we were talking about in the first episode?
Yeah, this is what we were talking about on our first episode. We
Mm.
talked about Shaun White getting barreled. We talked about Surf Ranch, spin deniers. Remember when that was a big issue in our lives?
Mm.
Yeah, those were the days.
We were math pioneers.
540 debates, all that fun stuff. But here we are today, and it's March 22nd. So technically our anniversary was a couple days ago.
Yeah, but it was the weekend.
You didn't miss it. I missed it.
Well,
this weekend I was pretty busy, Todd.
I know.
The whole world.
Same
the
here.
whole world is talking about it.
Same here. You had.
I was super parkour dad.
Not only you were hosting some stuff, but then you were also 2 days of parkour dad.
Yeah. 2 days in the gym.
Yeah.
Parkour gyms have a certain scent to them. They smell like other gyms, and it's.
Do you like?
It's visceral.
I don't know about you, but when I grew up, speaking of scents. My first car was a Chevy Chevette. You know what a Chevette is?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was like this
2-door.
Yeah, no, it was a 2-door.
Yeah.
It was like a 2-door weird little Chevy hatchback thing.
True.
And I got it my senior year in high school, and it smelled like a pad bag.
Oh yeah.
Like it smelled like pads. All because my pads were always wet.
Right. Sweaty and wet. So when you were skating on the East Coast and around the Massachusetts area, was the summer temperature really hot and spicy?
Inferno.
Hotter than California?
Yeah, because we have it's like a lot of humidity, and then obviously you would skate. It didn't matter. Like if there was a ramp, you skated every day, no matter how hot it was, and it gets like in the 90s with lots of humidity.
If there's a ramp, we're gonna skate it.
I went there when I was in Cape Cod last summer with my daughter. We went to the skate park. Shout out Sandwich Skate Park in Sandwich, Massachusetts. It was like 95 degrees with like full humidity, and I felt like I was gonna die. And but there was no one there.
Are you okay?
I'm okay now.
Do you want to just? We're going to talk about parkour. We're going to talk about skateboarding, surfing, all that stuff. But I got a special guest who's at the airport. This is going to be fun. This is just, see, new format, Todd. You just allowed us to get as free as a bird.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a surprise guest.
Oh, I don't know who
So this technically could be snow news, which we'll get into, but we're just going to start the show off with the homie.
Well, if they actually answer, which is more likely than not.
Oh, you'll know when they answer. You'll know.
It doesn't sound.
The second they answer, you'll know when they answer.
Monday Mass is presented by Rationale Brewing. Rational Brewing. Rationale Brewing. Rationale Brewing is a non-alcoholic beer that will give you a happy buzz. Not like a buzz.
It scratches
you won't
the
get
itch.
Alcohol buzz. But
I'll tell you.
Hanson Surfboards. At Hanson Surfboards. Online is the place for you. You go to...
in shop and online.
Yeah, but if you're out of state, you go to hansonsurfboards.com and you can get all your stuff. You know, anything, all the new stuff. If you're back east, you're in like the Midwest, you want the cool stuff that the kids are wearing.
10 times cooler than Amazon.
10 times cooler than Amazon.
Amazon's not a sponsor.
That's their tagline.
You know what, too? If you want to give a good gift to anyone in the world, Hanson Surfboards, Hanson Encinitas.
Who's your guest?
You can't tell who that is, huh?
No.
Don't look.
Who is it?
Dude.
I can't tell. Beneath Apparel.
Guest is paying their bill at the airport.
BN3TH Beneath Apparel. Beneath Apparel
is... start over?
No, this is going great. Underwear.
I'm going to delete this.
It's the best thing to touch your skin other than jeans.
There was a
lot of positive comments on jean underwear last week.
I know, there's times in your life, right? The first time as a teenager or an adult that you get touched down there with, that when you want to be touched.
Like you rubbing
the
against the couch.
The second time
like Chris rubbing himself against the sofa
your first
while watching cartoons.
I almost went down a weird path there, but what I'm trying to say is Beneath is the best underwear in the world.
Beneath Apparel is it's very comfortable on your skin. What is the worst material for underwear?
For me,
all the materials.
For me, like a vintage World War I wool.
Wow.
Like a vintage, thick, scratchy wool pair of underpants.
Right.
That's the worst. The best, and they're slightly damp and a little sandy, but the best is Beneath undergarments. Beneath.
Do I hear mine?
Yeah.
Mine would be Rosebush.
Tumbleweed woven underwear.
Rosebush underwear, officially the worst underwear material ever. At Pedal Electric, pedal.electric on the Instagram.
They're in the phone.
It's already freaking crowded at your local wherever because the summertime starts next week.
Dude,
the kids are getting out of school. Parking
hack
doesn't even exist anymore. In the town that we live in, our city council has decided they want to eliminate all the parking.
Well, we got a parking hack for you. Get yourself a Pedal Electric bike, and then you can ride your bike all over town. The range is incredible. The speed is incredible. The power. The dual engines.
Feel the dual engines.
The best. Quick charging. These bikes are the best. Where else do we have? Bubs Naturals at Bubs Naturals. This is collagen and MCT brain oil for your mind, body, soul, skin, teeth, hair, etc. The best collagen out there. We love it. Bubs
Chris,
Naturals.
We also have a new sponsor.
What?
It's called Machu Picchu Energy.
What?
Yes, sir.
That starts now.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead.
Well, where's the...
Our product placement is currently at my house. But
wow,
we are huge fans of Machu Picchu Energy at machupicchu.energy on Instagram.
They got a pretty hot team, don't they?
There's all kinds of fools on this team.
Who's that guy in the barrel?
Who's the guy in the barrel? Let's see. Who's the guy in the barrel? That would be John Florence.
I've heard of him.
John Florence.
So if
is
you
part of
drink
Machu Picchu.
John
No sugar.
We'll teach you how to serve.
Natural caffeine. Get freaking blitzed on Machu Picchu.
Sick.
Right?
All right, well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And then back to our existing sponsors to add to Machu Picchu. Thank you, Machu Picchu. We're going to have some right here next show. We got Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce available now at Target.
Every freaking Target on
At Target.
the planet.
I love going
They're-
to Target. I will say
It's fun.
it's like a
What do
it's
you-
like a little trip.
What's the aisle that you go to first? Do you still go to the toy aisle
Yeah.
first? Yeah, I do too.
Lego aisle,
It's weird.
toy aisle, Lego aisle.
Like, do you
board game
ever
aisle.
grow out of it?
No. I
Like,
go to the.
I
go
don't
to the,
trust people that don't go to the toy aisle first.
I also go to the clothing section, just on the off chance. Like sometimes, like I've got a Wu-Tang shirt there. I've got a Prince and the Revolution shirt there, and now I can get Bachans there.
That's right.
So I'm very excited about that.
How do you feel about grocery stores and like quote unquote department stores being one? Does it weird you out the way it weirds me out?
A little bit.
Like I don't like wandering from, say I'm over in
Underpants.
Yeah, I'm like underpants, and then I go one aisle over, and it's just meat.
And then pillows,
Yeah.
towels, garden stuff.
Wouldn't it be great if they just
Salami.
mixed it in with the other stuff?
With Anarchy Target.
Yeah.
So
It's
that
just-
way there's no aisles.
Yeah.
There's aisles, but they're not. They're like
Right. Like
they're
it could
a
be like
maze.
it could be like stationary, and then just like cheese.
like falafel raw,
Right.
under a warmer, and a vacuum cleaner.
Right. That's what
Anarchy
people really
Target.
want. That represents the ADD that the United States is currently in the grips
And
of.
everything's on sale.
Always.
Always.
Right.
All right. Oh, whoa. New Greens, at New Greens. You want to have energy to go to Anarchy Target? You drink your Machu Picchu, and then you get some New Greens, you shake it up in the thing, you drink it.
Mhm.
What did you call it? Snorting a salad?
Yeah. You ever just want to like mainline a salad?
Yes.
That's
I
where
do.
New Greens comes in. At New Greens. New formula, New Greens.
New Greens.
At New
For
Greens.
me, New
on
Greens
Instagram.
for you.
DiecutStickers.com. At DIECUTSTICKERS.com. DOTCOM. And that is the end of our sponsor. We have a guest. I don't know who this is.
Good morning. Oh, I got to put it on
That's
speakerphone. Good morning.
Good morning, rise and shine, listeners.
Hey, we got a special guest to start our show, and his name is, it's all one word. Joey B, how you doing? How you doing, Joey B?
Oh, wait. Where are you?
We're doing great, man. We're doing absolutely phenomenal here.
Are you in Utah still? Where are you now?
Yes, I'm in Utah. I'm in the airport.
Oh, you're going home.
I'm exiting.
No,
Exiting Utah.
He's exiting Utah. He was there for his bomb hole. You were on a little getaway too, a little romantic getaway to Utah?
Yes, dude. Just really soaking it all in, soaking up that the Wasatch vibe here. It's,
I like that.
really something special here. It's really something special. The palm doesn't seem to be melting.
No, the parm is still in full effect.
Lots of parm going on. So you're on a podcast tour right now. You were on the bomb hole, now you're on the Monday M.A.S.S. This is you're having a moment.
I'm actually flying to Encinitas, so I should be at your doorstep in the next.
Are you flying here?
No.
Oh.
Darn it. Can you? Will you?
I will.
So hey, Joe, you rolling straight back into hot girl summer in Montauk right now.
Oh, yeah.
When does it start to heat up? Like when does it start to go crazy where you just want to murder everyone in the entire town?
Or kiss him.
No, usually, that's Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
That's when the real fun begins.
That's when it's over. It just ends.
Well,
I'll enjoy this last week of like semi-peace and quiet, but then Memorial Day comes out, all the pros, all the Brads, all the Karens and Susies, they all head out. Time to move into summer rental.
so what is the surf scene like in Montauk? Because a lot of us only just know it as, kind of like hip and cool, and the boards look expensive. But I know there's hardcore people there. I know there's people like Nicky Boy at Night. I know there's a crew that keeps it real. But what is that kind of summer surf scene in Montauk like for those who have never indulged?
Well, I mean, Nick Boy at Night is now a family man, so he's had to pull back the reins a little bit.
Okay.
The summer it's a lot of longboards, a lot of fins, a lot of boards strapped to the roof, like not the right way, a lot of fins maybe wax up, maybe sticking out of the sunroof. And a lot of longboards.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Although yesterday I heard it was head high.
All right.
Ski
Love to hear it.
Yeah, I try to get on my fish every once in a while. I run a foamy because the last time I had a longboard, I was sitting on the channel, and somebody rode off the back of a wave and just rode directly over the front of my nice, beautiful Bing surfboard. That was like a Jeff Ho, I don't know, Jeff Ho collab series. It was pretty special. It just got absolutely butchered in the lineup.
Yeah, not special anymore.
I know. You were like, hey, I'm over here.
I'm riding here.
I said, listen, dude, you might as well just keep the board at this point.
Joey, we just wanted to talk to you, get an update on how is Joey B, how you doing? Sounds like you're doing great. What can we expect?
We're running hot right now, Chris.
I love that.
We just did Bomb Hole. We just got that out of the way. We got it's going to be one to watch. This isn't going to be one to listen to. This is going to be one you're going to want to watch.
It's visual.
Visual Bomb Hole.
Yes. We got an intro skit that's going to resonate hard with fans who have ever watched Dave Chappelle. They're going to really love that. We got a nice little intro skit. We have a debatable foot race. Me and Grendy's got on a foot race, and I mean, we're going to have to let the viewers do the decision making because I'm pretty sure I crossed the line first. Grendy's is saying his hand is over the line. My foot is over that line before Grendy's. So
Awesome.
Just throwing that out there. And he stretched. He did all these different exercises, and all I did was eat a giant piece of Parmesan before I started.
Love it. All right, Joey B, how you doing? Safe travels, our guy.
All right.
Yes, dude. Thanks for having me. I'll talk to you guys soon.
We'll talk to you soon.
Oh, every week. I want him every week. So that was a special little pop in.
That was pretty special.
From
I
Joey
didn't,
B, how
even,
you
I didn't
doing?
even recognize who you had there.
I mean, I guess it turned into like an advertisement for a competing podcast, but that's fine.
Whatever.
We're not really competing
No, we're
with
just
any
trying
other
to keep it
podcast.
real.
We're just the world's greatest action sports, whereas Bomb Hole is the greatest snowboarding podcast, right?
Mhm, mhm.
You've been on there, what, 4 times?
No, just, well, a couple times, but like once as an interview and a couple other times as like filler.
Just a person.
All right, so Chris, we have some news coming up here for you and me for
Yeah,
next week as we
yeah.
move on to the business at hand. Chris is going to be in El Salvador and Brazil.
I'm leaving on Wednesday for a weekend gig, Red Bull Conquest in Brazil, Rio. From there, go directly to El Salvador for the ISA World Surfing Games, and then I stay in El Salvador for the WSL El Salvador event. So I'm going back to back to back. And you tell me, do you think this would be interesting content for the viewers? Is to film what it's like to pack for
Yeah.
a big trip like that?
Sure,
Okay.
whatever it takes.
So we're gonna so this is what we're gonna try to do. We're gonna try to do some hybrid podcast shows from the road because I'll be on the road forever, basically moving to El Salvador.
I also.
Where are you moving?
Where
Why are we yelling? Where are you moving and why are we yelling?
I am going next week to. I'm hosting
Ixtapa?
I'm hosting an adult camp at Copper Mountain for
Oh
Woodward.
yeah. Oh yeah. I heard about
So
this.
this is
Adults only,
I
if
get
you know
there.
what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying.
adult only. It's only fans of me camp. No, it's the adult camp at Copper. It's gonna be fun.
And there's still snow.
Yeah, there's plenty of snow. Get there next Sunday, and then I'm there through Wednesday, and then when are you gonna be back?
Like
Do we
2025.
even do a podcast anymore?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it by myself.
We're gonna do it together. We're gonna figure it out. That's the best part about this show, is our staff is here, is us.
Mm-hmm.
We have a computer, and we have our phones, and we're gonna do something entertaining for you guys because
So
you've stayed with us, so we got to stay with you.
lots coming up.
5
All right,
years.
we're gonna move on to surf news. We're just moving this thing.
Move on. Surf
It's
News
already
brought to you
been
by Hanson Surf
3
Boards.
hours, and we just barely cracked the nut. on
Quick
this one.
Quick predictions here. Quick predictions.
Surf
Next
news
weekend.
brought to you by Bachan's Japanese Barbecue Sauce.
It's Hanson Surfboards. I just said it.
Oh, you did?
You're not listening.
Oh no.
You're already checked out at your adults only
Clearly.
nude snowboarding camp.
Would that be weird?
The surf? No, I thought that's what it was.
What would it? Okay, like
Swingers snowboarding camp.
Swinger-
Adults only.
what if you went and you have to put all your snowboards in a dish? Isn't that like a thing? Like that used to be a
that's a
thing.
key party.
Yeah. You ever been to like one of those?
No,
No, you sure?
I've been to key parties, but not like that.
Oh.
I gotta ask you. Next weekend is the Surf Ranch Pro, and it could be a pivotal event when you're looking at the WSL Final Five. So just quick, we'll report on it after it happens. But before, let's go. Men's and women's winner. Keep it simple. Todd, who do you got? Who's gonna win this thing? Make us sound smart, please.
Who's gonna win the Surf Ranch thing?
Yeah. In Lemoore, California. It's next weekend.
Felipe
It's coming
Toledo.
up. Toledo?
Mhm.
What about a woman?
Caroline Marks.
All right. I'm going to go with. I'm just going to get wild because Felipe is probably going to win, but I think that Jiao Chianca is going to win, even though he's never surfed there before. And I think for the women, I'm going to go with. Carissa Moore because I got an
big
unsafe
risk
and a
taker.
safe one.
All right, so introducing our new segment.
Oh,
It's called We Talk About
it's
Stuff.
not even on the script.
No, we're
It's
going
off
off script.
script.
Chris, I dinged my dark arts,
I heard.
and I was.
What happened?
It was a small day. It was like under waist high.
I'm so surprised. So you were not wearing a leash, which really surprises me because I thought you were a staunch leasher.
Not when it's like under waist high, and you can seriously feel. I surf a shitty wave, and I can feel my leash dragging.
You have a big wave leash
So I
or a
ditched.
comp
No,
leash?
I have like little FCS leash, like the new one, like the small one that Prezzo gave me.
So
It's like
Ty got a
awesome.
brand new,
Brand new
one
dark
off,
arts.
one of a kind
Just-
chemistry dark arts.
Just began to like it. Like it took a couple weeks to like it. Now I like it a lot. And the thing, I lost it, and like kicking out of a wave. It wasn't even like I fell. I was kicking out of a wave,
Okay.
and the board is so light. Like they're so
Blame it on the board.
stupid light.
Yeah, it's
the
the board's
thing
fault.
ended up on the whitewash, perfectly on the whitewash, and went all the way from the outside and rammed into a wall nose first.
I got answers for you.
So what Chris is doing now is he's calling,
I'm using my phone all
because
episode.
people do want to know, can you repair dark arts surfboards once you drop a shitload? But they're not going to answer Chris's call.
Mr. Coté.
Oh,
Hi, Tony from Dark Arts Surfboards. This is just happening in real time. You're on the Monday M.A.S.S podcast. Todd's got a problem. As you know, Todd got a brand new chemistry dark arts. This is a early one of a kind prototype. And guess what he did, Tony? He took his leash off and he shot his board into the cliff. And he chipped the nose. And now
How do you fix it?
he wants to know what is the correct way to fix a chipped up tip.
Not like a broken tip, but just like
It's a bent
it's
tip.
it's chipped, and you can see the foam under
Okay,
the weave.
You can see foam. It's chipped. What is the best procedure for Todd to fix his brand new Dark Arts surfboard?
First of all, would you say that he had a lot of chemistry with that surfboard?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he did.
Do you
He
want to
did.
work here?
Do you want to host this podcast?
I'm ready to come on whenever.
You're on now.
First off, you could just fix it with regular epoxy and fiberglass.
Oh, you
Okay.
can. Okay.
If it's a lot of foam showing, you might want to use a little bit of carbon.
Okay.
That'd be about a 5-minute fix for old JT at the factory.
Well, I'm bringing my board to JT at the factory, so Todd's gonna have to wait in line.
Only for special people like Monday M.A.S.S people.
Oh, so that's kind of what
That's
Todd
real.
thought.
Okay, but you want to make sure that you tint the resin so it matches.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
You really could just use all resin if it tint it black, it'd be fine. But if
Yeah.
you want to use a little fiberglass, you can to strengthen it up.
Or spray paint after.
No,
fact?
that's whack, dude.
Oh, whoa.
I don't know if you've ever
Jeez.
seen a dark arts board, but they look like an F1 race car. You don't
Well,
wanna
since
mess
we
with
have Tony on the phone right now, Tony from Dark Arts, Todd's problem is solved. Now let's get to some of the fun stuff. Real quick, we're not going to keep you. We know you're extremely busy building boards for the upcoming Surf Ranch Pro. It sounds like we got about a third, maybe a half of the field that could potentially be writing Dark Arts tech. Is that true?
Yeah, but with the recent signing with Darren Hanley and DHD, we're hoping to see a lot of their riders. Of course,
Sharp Eye, most all their team has boards, and he has such a large team. So about the last 3 weeks, we've been doing nothing but just making pool boards. People like our boards in the pool because they're very responsive and they're fast down the line. But they're not limited to just pool boards. They do work good in the ocean. They work good in small waves in the ocean. And I'm one of the guys who believe that they work good in large waves in the ocean as well.
I agree. I agree with everything you just said, as always.
But yeah, it's been this last 3 weeks or month has just been a full blown just team building. John with Pizel hopefully will ride his that we've been making him. Sharp Eye you go down the list of Sharp Eye. I mean, who doesn't he have on the tour right now?
Right.
And then with Darren coming on with DHD, Steph already won. Steph rode hers at the snapper contest into equal third place, and she was looking beautiful on it. We just got one up to Ethan Ewing on Saturday. Shout out to Greg Fernandez.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan Ewing on a dark arts will be spiced up.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
With all of our licensees, they give us a ton of support, and they let their riders ride our boards, which is super cool. And even in the contest, it really is like a big validator for us.
Heck yeah. Well,
people
I'm bringing my dark arts board to Brazil and El Salvador. So I'm going to do my best on my board to make you proud. Okay?
Mr. Coté, are you going to be at the wave pool, or are you guys doing the skate contest?
I'm going to do a skate contest, but I've been peppering the rest of the commentators with plenty of information. So.
And Mr. Todd is liking his chemistry.
I love it. It definitely took me a couple days to get, I don't know, I guess kind of dent it a little bit. And then once it was dented out and my feet felt more planted, I loved it. Love it.
Yeah, when you could figure it out and figure out how to wind it up.
Yeah.
It really works to your benefit.
And we had that wave run for the past week or so, and it just it's pretty cool because that board, when you get it flying down the line, sometimes they make rad noises too. Mine was humming under my feet. It was freaking awesome.
That might be you.
Maybe.
Just tell us, Todd.
I've only had the hum on the FT board with the H4 pins when I was trying to act like Felipe.
It's the fins, Todd. It's the fins.
It is probably the fins,
it's
but
fins.
it's really cool. And also another thing that I think is really cool that doesn't really involve surfing at all is when there's good sized waves and you can actually kind of feel the rocks moving, the cobblestone moving underneath you.
Yeah.
And but a dark arts board, you feel it more. It's pretty cool.
This is some of the weirdest feedback.
I'm just telling you, this is real. This is
surfboard.
real feedback.
How's the board work, Todd? Dude, it's killer. You can hear and feel the rocks under the water.
I'm just making general observations, bro.
You're science, Todd. You're science. R&D.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
but it's
Tony,
awesome.
Thank
I'm
you so much
super
for
hyped.
your time and your awesome tech, JT and the crew, killing it as always. Can't wait to watch Surf Ranch Pro, and I'll be commentating down at El Salvador for the WSL, so I'm sure there will be a couple of dark ones down there as well.
Very good. Much love to you guys.
All right, we'll see you later.
Tony's the best. Thanks, Tony.
All right.
Tony, Dark Arts.
That's pretty cool. You
All my
called,
guests
you
are
called
answering.
and got an answer straight away about how to fix a dark arts
I'm trying to
surfboard.
help you.
Now it's not a very big ding, and it's just small. It's like the nose is chipped. Like if you ram the nose into something, and it doesn't. It's not like the nose is buckled. It's just like
You chipped it.
it chipped it,
You chipped it.
and all you gotta do is
And you've told me before you're a pretty good ding repair guy, so.
yeah. But I don't. This board looks too good. I like to take.
It's
it to a
kind of like
professional.
you got a Ferrari,
Yeah, the
and you're
first-
like, I'm just going to go on YouTube and fix it
the
myself.
first scratch in a new car is always the worst.
It's like you've got a brand new Lamborghini, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to put a fin on the back, but I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to make it
It's
myself.
like the first time your baby breaks its arm.
Right. Yeah, well, your baby's going to be good soon.
Right.
The Narrabeen Challenger Series is a wrap. That's back-to-back bangers on the CS. I said it at the beginning of the year, the Challenger Series is the most entertaining
It was really
of
cool.
the contest.
Yesterday's final,
Dude, it was
like
pumping.
how about the freaking layback
Cole
blowtail
Houshmand?
reverse? Like that was the craziest thing. That was reminding me of the Dane Reynolds 1-turn 9.
The turn.
The turn.
Yeah, so in the finals, Jacob Wilcox and Cole Houshmand. Cole Houshmand almost got a perfect 20. So he had 18.97 points in a heat total. That's stellar. Jacob Wilcox is super gnarly. But this power matchup, two goofy footers. You had the 2%er, Cole Houshmand, San Clemente kid, getting the win. On the women's side, Isabella Nichols defeated Sally Fitzgibbons. We've seen them surf against each other a bunch of times. But right now, Jacob Wilcox is leading the Challenger Series along with India Robinson. Jet Schilling and Cole Houshmand, for their efforts in those two back-to-back events, have got wild cards in the CT event, Surf Ranch Pro, coming up next weekend. And what else? Australian females hold the top 3 positions on the Challenger Series. Bella Kenworthy's right there, just in
That's
7th
pretty
place.
cool. That's rad that Bella is in there. I mean, it's really we're turning over this new crop of kids,
Right,
that are all on their way up now.
And I heard a lot about the 2% crew, which is the San Clemente Surfers. It's kind of like, I was calling it the San Clemente Cyclone for a while, because they were the only crew that seemed like they could potentially battle the Brazilian Storm. They've rebranded. They're now the 2% crew, or the 2%ers. I don't know. It's Kolohe, Jet Schilling, the Lindblads, on and on. If you're from San Clemente, I'm assuming you're allowed to be in this group. They have 3 2%ers sitting inside the top 10 on the men's rankings. Pretty cool. Top 5 men, Jacob Wilcox, Imai, Sammy Pupo, Cole Houshmand, Jet Schilling. Women, India Robinson, Sally Fitz, Isabella Nichols, Sawyer Lindblad, and Alyssa Spencer from Encinitas, California. Next up on the CS, the Challenger Series, Bolito in July, then the U.S. Open of Surfing. Special report. Thank you very much. That was some serious, hard-hitting news.
Wow.
The Vizsla Shaper ratings thing, you know what that is?
Nope.
So it's the manufacturer's cup, basically. Think of F1. You've got Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes. Well, for us, we've got surfboard makers, and they're getting points for how good their team does at the moment.
I see.
DHD is in the lead, Mayhem in 2nd, Sharp Eye 3rd, Channel Islands 4th, Paizel 5th.
Very cool.
Yeah, and this is incredible news. It's wild news.
All right.
So popped open stabmag.com. I'm a premium member, and they had an interview with Brisa Hennessy. We all know who Brisa Hennessy is. She's one of the most popular, rippingest surfers on the championship tour. So she made the final 5 last season, winning Sunset, got 2nd in Tahiti, surfed every event before the cut, qualified for her 2nd Olympics, all the while surfing with a brain tumor.
What?
So in this interview, I kind of will try to condense it and paraphrase it. So basically she was feeling weird, like she was very tired, wild range of emotions. Things were not right, and she knew something was off. She got an MRI. They found a non-cancerous brain tumor that was pushing against her pituitary gland.
Whoa.
And so, you got to read the interview. It's really well. Kui Young did it. But it's just incredible when you're watching an athlete, a surfer, whatever, and you're going, oh man, they're blowing it today. You're the armchair critic. Just think, if somebody's having an off day, it could be something bigger.
Could be a brain tumor.
It could be.
If this podcast isn't going the way that you think it should,
it's Todd's fault.
Could be Chris is our
Todd
brain tumor.
Something wrong. But anyway, Brisa Hennessy, you are an absolute
that
warrior.
Rosebush underwear.
We love you, and we know you're going to be good. That's a gnarly journey.
Brain tumor.
Yeah. I mean, thank God it was not a cancerous, not something,
Still, though.
I'm no doctor.
Still.
A brain tumor is bad, I feel like, any way you slice it. So hopefully that's all going to be sorted out very soon. We need Brisa back at 100%. So everywhere's been pumping.
Big South Swells. We had 8 days.
If you have YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, the internet.
We had 8
Or
days of
eyeballs
waves.
to
It's
look.
the first time that we've had waves in like 4 months. I swear to God, here.
Wow. Which god?
The
Are you
one
swearing
with the
to?
one with 8 arms from India, and I don't know which one. Hey, how do I give you a high five? I don't know which hand. Woo!
Oh, I'll delete that. That didn't sound right.
I think
Mexico's been
maybe
pumping.
4 arms.
Zeke.
Goro, I think.
Zeke's off the
I
chain.
think the god's name is Goro.
That's a character from Mortal Kombat.
Also a god.
Zeke's vlog off the chain has some serious nuggets from their trip to Mexico with the Rusty team. My neighbor, underground hardcore lord Chris Slingerland, was in mainland Mexico on a personal surf trip
I just saw that clip this morning.
and got one of the craziest
Step
barrels.
off, crazy barrel, giant, probably like 25-foot face.
This guy has never been in a QS. He's never been in a big wave event. He's never been in a surf magazine. Yet he, season after season, gets some of the sickest barrels and does not talk about them.
Mm-mm.
They just happen, and then he comes back, and I go, "Give me your phone. Let me see the clips." He shows me the clips, and I say, "You are legendary."
Mm-hmm.
So it's so rad to just know that there's a group of just hardcore
blue collar
surfers.
shred.
They work and they go get barreled, and they come back happy. They work and then they go back and get barreled. Chris Slingerland, legend, amazing. All right, I got a topic for you, Todd.
Okay.
So Todd and I, and you guys can write this down in the notes of your phone somewhere. Just keep it somewhere as a reference. Todd and I both said we would surf a 50-foot face at Jaws. What did we say? 500,000 each?
I think it was 50 grand.
50 grand?
Yeah.
Jesus, I need to up my price. Anyway, so we'll have to go back and
Not like
listen.
a solid Jaws dip.
50-foot face,
Okay.
which is pretty big. So 50 grand.
We do get to train.
We will surf a 50-foot
we get
face at Jaws.
$1,000 a foot.
Dude, I'm scared. So my question to you is: we've all been seeing crazy footage of the wedge.
Mm-hmm.
The wedge is its own unique monster. The question is for you out there listening and watching. It's also for you, Todd. 20-foot face wedge wave. Okay? You can ride a hardboard, you can ride a softboard, bodyboard, body surf, whatever. You got to make it from the top to the bottom.
Isn't, we're not chipping in from the back.
No, you're paddling in from the outside.
Okay.
Okay? What is your number to ride and complete, at least make it from the top to the bottom of the wave at the wedge? You're going backside.
Ooh,
What's your
scary.
number? 20-foot face. We're looking at a 20-foot face. So let's say three times overhead. Like a couple days ago, it was 20-foot easy. What's your number?
I don't know.
Because I would way rather do that than Jaws. Because
Yeah.
when you fall, you're on the beach.
Yeah, but you're not though.
You are.
You're not.
You are.
You're not
Oh,
really.
you are. Where are you then?
You're kind of in that because the way that water works there is it looks like you're falling on the beach, but it's deep right there.
No.
Sometimes you get spit on the beach, of course, break your
Most
neck.
of the time, you're on the beach.
It's pretty deep right
What's your number? 20-foot wedge.
$5,000.
$5,000. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, people,
You're just going over the falls.
go fund me. I know there's a lot of people that
You're
are
not
sick
gonna be
and
you're not gonna be
hurting.
under the water that long. I'm more scared of being underwater for a long time.
I think we could raise that GoFundMe. Are you $5,000? You're saying it now?
Backside on a soft top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally doable. I was gonna say like 20.
All you gotta
I'll do it for 20.
You just gotta make it to
Todd
you just gotta
discounted
make
it.
You just gotta make one to the bottom.
Just got to make one to the bottom. You
I
heard
mean,
it
then
here
you'll just
first.
get fucking annihilated, but it's not like you're underwater for a long time. I don't
You sound
Jaws
very confident.
Dude, well Jaws, you're dragged underwater for a long time.
True.
I mean,
you're gonna be towed into Jaws.
you may go over the falls at the wedge and probably get deposited on the beach and get rolled up like a freaking.
My number is 20 grand. Todd's is 5, and I know there's wealthy people out there that listen to this show. with an extra $5,000. Bring it here in cash. I'll bring the soft top. Todd surfing the wedge. Period.
My son is taken off on like solid.
You're not your son.
Probably not a 20-footer.
You know it.
But he's definitely taken off on some giant ass waves at the wedge before.
Definitely, but again, that's not you.
No.
I've seen him on a bike. I've seen him on a trampoline.
How hard can it
much
be?
more of an athlete than you.
It's just like snowboarding. You just gotta fucking stand up and do it.
$5,000, anybody? $5,000. It'll be a Monday Mass special edition.
So much claiming going on right now.
Um,
Are we still doing more surf news? Jesus H.
Surfer Today.
Oh, this is interesting.
Surfer Today did a piece on the most followed surfers on social media. Number 1 is pretty obvious, Gabriel Medina. Number 2, Pedro Scooby.
Who the fuck is Pedro Scooby?
6.1 million people know who Pedro Scooby is.
Do you know who Pedro Scooby is?
He's a big wave surfer.
Okay. Where's he from?
Brazil. So Gabriel has 11.1 million IG followers. I wonder if Gabriel gets political on Twitter. He's got almost 500,000. Slater comes in at third with 3.2 mil.
Mm-hmm.
Alana Blanchard, 1.7. Anastasia Ashley's $1 million. Italo, 2.8 million. John, 1.5. Fanning, 1.2.
Oh, this is
Toledo,
cumulative. This is
1.1.
total number of.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's makes sense. I figured Kelly's numbers I thought would be higher.
I think when you think about it, okay, so there's numbers and then there's influence.
Yeah, but you know
Kelly's
what
going to have more influence
they
than
don't
anybody.
take into consideration next door.
Next door app.
Yeah, like how many?
Or OnlyFans
How many?
numbers.
How many people are following you on next door?
Me? There was a coyote in my neighborhood.
Dude, oh my god! 2 nights ago, there was a coyote in our neighborhood, and you know when the coyotes yelp?
No.
And it sounds like a dying child in the street.
No.
Yeah, we had
you
that
must
the
live
other
in
night.
a rough part of
I
town.
do.
Speaking of rough part of town, there's a family called like the Bucket List family, and they go around the world and they film it and whatever, but there's a video out that I just saw that's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
They're in Hawaii. The dad pushes the 5-year-old son into a little wave. It's so cute. It's like a 1-foot wave. The kid's tiny, standing up. 5, I think, is above the threshold of me being a baby hater for doing action
All right.
sports.
So 5 is that's the threshold.
5 is fine. The dad pushes the kid in. There's a GoPro on the nose of the board. The kid rides the wave, and at the end of the wave, the kid's looking over the board like, shark. Daddy, there's a shark. And the kid like kind of falls off the board a little bit.
Mm.
So the kid rode the board in, and there was a huge shark under the front of his board, swimming around, and he's looking at it, and the dad like comes up and he goes, and the dad sees it,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, okay, like session over, paddles into the beach.
That's sketchy.
It was gnarly.
Can you imagine shoving your 5-year-old into the jaws of a shark?
Yeah, you'd feel pretty bad, but the footage is pretty nuts.
Your wife
Both
would
the
be
father and son were
so
very calm.
Pissed.
Honey,
You're never gonna believe this.
are you sitting down? Last bit of surf news. The Switchfoot Bro-Am is coming here to Encinitas. June 15th is the benefit party. June 17th is the beach party and free concert at Moonlight Beach. It's a wonderful day. Positivity. Awesome.
Don't plan on parking anywhere near downtown Encinitas.
Pedal.electric.
Mm-hmm.
E-bike.
Skate News is brought to you by Beneath the Parrot. What the fuck?
Nope. My skate guest.
Skate News is brought to you by Beneath the Barrel BN3TH Apparel.
Why? Because these are the best underwear to skate into.
Yep, they are.
Chad Caruso made it.
Yeah, he made it to Virginia
He
Beach
made it.
in time for Jackalope Fest, which is coming up.
I thought you were going to Jackalope.
I thought so too, and then I called them and they said no.
You must not have done a very good
Apparently,
job at the last
apparently they
one.
don't need me anymore. But
Don't you like that when you're like, I think I'm doing that job, and then you're like,
then you
They- I
reach
think
out.
they
They're
would've
all
emailed me.
we've decided to go with.
they're like, Todd's on the phone. What do I tell
Oh
him?
my god! But
Chad
anyways, he
Caruso.
made it. He made it all the way to Virginia Beach and went in the water, and there was he
Yeah.
went down to the beach and probably soaked his feet.
57 days he was skateboarding between 50 and 80 miles a day.
Did you call him? Was that the guess?
No, I messaged him.
Oh.
3,000 plus miles from Venice Beach to Virginia Beach, and it was pretty cool. Like, I liked his attitude. Obviously, he was doing this to raise awareness for addiction and mental health. He used the same set of wheels. The wheels of his skateboard became the star as well as Chad, but it looked like every couple hundred yards or something, somebody would stop him and be like, "Oh, dude, I can't believe it!
That's annoying.
I can't believe it!"
All you want to do is push for 3,000 miles.
You're like want to get to the hotel.
Once you get to the rhythm, and then somebody stops you to like talk to you.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Chad Caruso. We'll get you on the podcast at some point.
All right.
I'm sure he's busy.
Thrasher.
He's probably tired.
Thrasher Dubai Masher.
This is
That was pretty
cool.
sick.
This is like one little video on a website featuring skateboarding.
But it opens up.
special.
It opens up our skateboard topic today.
That's right.
So this skate park that's in Dubai, it's like if you told your grandpa, "I want a half pipe," but all you could do, you didn't have a picture to show him. All you could do is like describe what a half pipe would be.
It's like a
submarine hold. It's like a submarine would fit in there, and you make it, and then it would be like has like decks.
yeah.
And it would be like 12 to 13 feet high, and it would have like curves.
Well, the best part about this, so originally I think when this thing was built in Dubai, it was the first kind of skate ramp there. And the first couple of people that went to skate it were probably saying and thinking, this is the worst half pipe ever built.
Cement.
But of course now, when you got Tom Shar, Sorgente, Keegan Palmer, etc., Sleepy Turtle, Liam Pace, a bunch of rippers, they make this thing look insanely fun.
Yeah. And so
So what's your question?
the question that I have is, do shitty constructed skate parks make better skaters than really well constructed? Like, let's say, compare the Linda Vista Park here in San Diego. Probably one of the greatest skate parks that I've ever skated in my life.
Beautiful park.
It's got everything. Everything is perfect. Everything flows. And then I compare it to what we grew up on, which was like a shitty fucking quarter pipe,
Wooden half pipe.
wooden, falling apart,
Okay.
splintered bullshit.
Okay.
So, do shitty skate parks make better skaters?
Yes and no. I think that if one of the best parts of showing up to a new park, or if a new park gets built in your town, whether it's good or bad, is figuring out how to skate the park, or how to skate the ramp, how to skate the spot, whatever it is. So when we started to see the rise of DIY skate parks, Burnside, Washington Street, these DIYs,
Not perfect.
Philly side, they're not perfect, but they lend themselves to adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can adapt to these different parks, not only is your skateboarding going to just look cooler,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to give you knowledge
That's
to
a good,
bring to
that's
other
a good point. It's
places.
like, I feel like it's the same across the sports world.
Right.
Like, from basketball to snowboarding to surfing, the shittier your terrain
The shittier
is,
your shit is.
the
to
shittier
start.
your shit is, the more, well, obviously, the more adapted you are, and easier it is when you get to the perfect land. But you have way more interesting style.
My friend, BJ Brian Johnson was saying that if you could just look through the lens of a 15-year-old surfer from Cocoa Beach, Florida.
Dude, we were talking about this the other
Every
day.
day here in California would look so fun.
Right.
And you think of the Hobgood, Slater, Geiselman, the list of surfers from the East
They're all
Coast.
so stupid good.
They're so good, and they're pumped because the waves don't get that good in Florida that often. And so when they come to California, Hawaii, wherever, they're just going, "Oh my God, it looks so good," and
Yeah.
we're going, "This is not a good day." Hence, same thing. Bad skate park. You show up to a good park, oh, you're stoked.
Yeah.
So
I think
yes,
I think that's true. I think the shittier the skate park, the better skater.
Yeah, so
your
moms and
foundations are better. So
Moms and dads-
make your kid a fucked up ramp. If
Yes.
he wants a mini ramp, and you can hire the professionals to do it, Fuck no.
Make it a
you,
chipped
you
up
do
steel
it. You
loop.
do it yourself, and you try to hand draw each transition
There you go.
so that one side of the ramp is maybe a 6-foot tranny, and the other side of the ramp is maybe 4 foot.
Well, it's like North Shore, the documentary where the guy Rick Kane from Arizona had to learn on old, kind of hard to ride boards to get him. So, no, son, we're not going to Poots Park. We're going to the Ashtray in Leucadia. That's where you're going to learn.
You're gonna
to
learn
appreciate
on some shitty
the good
asphalt.
stuff. Frankie Villani has a new part for New Balance out. It's incredible. He's definitely one of my favorite skateboarders. So creative, so unique. It's called 417 New Balance part. Check this out.
What's that?
Our friend Mirko Magnum
Did you get some new shoes?
has a shoe company.
Whoa.
It's called Opus.
There's no laces.
These are the slip-on version. There's
I want those.
There's a couple different styles. It's brand new.
Well, it's a skate.
These are just coming out right
skate
now.
shoe company.
Skate shoe company. Mirko Magnum.
Who's on there?
He's a former pro skateboarder.
Yeah, I know who Mirko is. Who's on there?
He's tall.
No, I
Mirko
know. I
Magnum.
know who Mirko is.
I think he rode for Planet Earth.
Rhythm.
Mirko Magnum.
Mhm.
This is a shoe brand for skaters by skaters
I like it.
called Opus Footwear. Look at that. Just nice, simple, clean. They're super comfortable. I've been skating in them.
It's weird how you got some. How come you always get all the shit?
I don't know. People like me more than they like you.
Sample size.
I'm a 9. So that's pretty cool. Also, last thing in skate news. I read an interesting article on Jenkem.com. Most of their articles are interesting. If you don't go there, you should. Can skateboarding help with children's trauma?
I think skateboarding can help with anything. It was
Fully
funny.
agree.
Funny this morning, I happened upon an article about Boo Johnson having a alcoholic recovery skateboard program here in San Diego.
Oh.
You know what I'm
That's
talking about?
there's it's more than Boo.
Do I have that
actually.
right? Is that who I'm talking about?
No.
I'm not talking about the right
I
person.
think Boo parties.
Okay. So who was that? Who am I talking about?
You're thinking of Brandon.
Brandon.
Wait.
Who? Who am I talking
Brandon Turner.
about? Oh, that's right.
Okay,
Bo
Bo
Turner. Excuse me.
Brandon Turner.
Brandon Turner.
So Brandon Turner, you're
Why
right
was
there.
that
You're on the right path.
Okay.
Brandon Turner has a company called the West Recovery and Mental Health SD, Healthy Life Recovery Inc. So Brandon Turner, who was a notorious skate partier, and I'm sure he was fun skate partier for a while, and then it went dark. He actually at one point almost ended his career, almost ended his life. He was partying, he was drunk, and something happened. The cops started chasing him. He had already gotten in trouble a few times. He's running from the cops. He runs up onto a road and jumps over a railing, thinking he's just gonna.
Right.
He fell 2 stories.
Oh my God.
Broke his legs. So he's been through a lot, but now he is his best self. He is giving back. Brandon Turner is. I'm glad you brought that up. So
Yeah.
yes, skateboarding. I think
I think it
skateboarding
can.
can help with a litany of things.
I think that skating is such a. It's such a deal. You learn how to deal with
Adversity.
failing over and
Yeah.
over and over again, and it's like it becomes your resilience.
Right.
Is boosted by skating. So for sure, I think
Boosted. I like it.
Yeah.
Snow News is brought to you by Bachon's barbecue sauce.
Chris, when is it over?
Snowboarding?
Yeah.
It's not. Not now. Not ever.
Ugh. It's
You're
really
done with it. It's
really-
over for you.
Yeah, and I
You're
guess
going on a trip next.
I'm I'm going on a snowboard trip next week. I just saw a bunch of footage from Palisades in Tahoe, formerly known as Squaw Valley, and it is like mid-winter. Mammoth looks like mid-winter. There is so much snow
That's
left.
cool.
It's cool.
It's literally cool. Get it.
But it's
air temp.
I'm like so.
Be careful what you wish for, Todd, because you wished for a great season. You got it.
I got
and
one,
it's still
but
going.
I got one that's still delivering. But I feel like I'm ready to put my boots away and my snowboard gear away wet.
Do you do that? Have
Just
you ever
put
done
it-
that?
Yes, I've actually
ridden
like,
hard and put away.
I've come home from a trip before in like May, and like it's really
May
sloppy.
or like May, like March.
It's like May. It's
June.
It's gotta be May. So as I come back in May, or actually when I used to go to like Mount Hood and stuff, I would come home in June and I would come home on that trip and I just wouldn't open the board back until like
Stick it in the
October.
closet.
Yeah, and like shit
Would it be
happens.
moldy?
Shit happens in your boots.
It would be moldy.
Moldy.
Yeah.
Penicillin.
Dry your gear before you put it away for the year.
It's a really good idea.
I got a fun story. A meteorologist, Chase Thompson from Salt Lake City's KUTV2 News.
Oh, I've seen this.
He broke the internet
Wow.
a while back at Solitude at the beginning of the season.
Do you hear that beeping?
No. So this guy's pretty cool. He's a newscaster, a meteorologist, and he filmed a closing weekend segment where he's snowboarding, getting a follow cam, and
Giving you
he's
the weather
giving you
report.
the weather report,
Right.
which is it's hard enough just to snowboard. When you snowboard and give
I
the
don't
weather,
think it's that hard.
it's pretty hard.
I don't think that this.
Give us a weather report right now.
I'm not snowboarding.
Well,
I can give you a
let's
weather
see how
report.
easy it is if you're so good at it.
Well, hey everybody, this weekend's weather, well, it's another fantastic one here at Solitude. You can see the snowpack is deep. We had a lot of great snow late season. We started off great, ended off with a bang here, and it ain't over yet. Solitude closing weekend this weekend, but we still have Snowbird open on the weekends. We also have up there at Brighton, we have all kinds of fun festivities
What are the
going on to the
temperatures?
rest of the season up there at Brighton. Millie Meltdown will be happening pretty soon. You know, it's fantastic. The Parm is deep, as Joey B would say. See, I can
That
do
was
this
pretty good.
all freaking
But you
day
didn't give
long.
temperatures. You didn't give.
When we talk about tightly packed isobars,
You can.
okay, the isobars are
Okay,
packed.
well, I was trying to give Chase Thompson a compliment and Todd just shit on him.
I don't know. I guess it just happened. Like if you just happen to be
I
in the
bet
right
he
place,
seems
the right
like a
time.
nice guy. I don't know.
Oh.
Give him
Anyway,
his props.
it's freaking never ending, and we do have some news. We have what's coming up. What's coming up in snowboarding?
That's the official title of this segment.
What's coming up in snowboarding? We have another bomb hole pop here. What is going on? Can we ever do our own shit? The bomb hole does Mount Hood starting June 1st. June 1st, High Cascade Snowboard Camp
Oh, that's
or
next week.
Windell's. That's like next week. But I will have my adult camp at Woodward before that. So if you guys want to go and get straight day drunk,
If you want to get risky with
Yeah.
other adults, on the
go
mountain.
go with me to Copper Mountain, Colorado for
An all nude weekend of adult
all
snowboarding.
nude snowboarding. But we're also
It's called Burnt Tips Weekend.
it's called Tips Across America. But anyways, the snowboard camps all start up next week as well. Everyone's up at High Cascade, Wendell's. I don't even know what the
What's
hell
a
it's called anymore.
glacier?
Glacier is a big piece of unmelting ice, which Mount Hood doesn't have anymore.
Oh,
I think glacier pretty much like receded glacier. But I will say this, that there's these snowboard camps are probably feeling the heat right now because a lot of people are
Literally.
going to go to Mammoth. They're going to go to Snowbird.
Oh, I
and
see what you're saying.
Snowbird's not or Squaw Valleys or Palisades is not intending to close down until after July 4th.
10 years from now, global warming really kicks in. The tagline on the newspaper, the headline, snowboarders feeling the heat. Global warming.
I could feel like I feel like that newscaster might say that.
Hey, we're feeling the heat out here in Solitude as global warming hasn't done much to melt this snow. So that leads us to believe that global warming is not real.
Anyway,
the Earth is not round. There's
anyone-
mountains on it, but when the snow melts, it goes off the sides of the Earth. It drips into the universe.
It does. It goes off the
Turns
side.
into ice,
It goes
comes
off the
back around due to gravity,
Yep.
and then comes back as snow.
Okay, listen.
I haven't been.
Cut your snowboard in half. It's over. It's time to move on.
I haven't even got to ride my Yes Pizel board.
You haven't even got to ride the other board that you had either. Did you go
Snowboarding.
snowboarding this year?
Yeah, dude, with you.
Oh yeah, that's right. For like a run.
Dick.
Like one run.
Yeah, you ditched me.
Nerd News is brought to you by Rationale at Ration Ale.
At Ration Ale.
At Ration Ale.
Cruel World Festival was this weekend. It had me feeling the FOMO until a lightning storm cut the festival short.
Who was playing when the lightning storm hit it?
Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop was
Figures.
just finished, I think, his second or third song of his set, The Passenger. I'm the passenger. And a guy came out and whispered something in his ear, and he goes, there's lightning, we gotta evacuate. So I think most people went to this festival to see Susie and the Banshees. She was headlining.
Peekaboo.
Didn't get there, and people were freaking out. Gary Newman's set also got cut in half, which is a atrocity because he is just one of the best living artists in all of music now. But the good news is, and of course, a lot of people, so people had to leave. They evacuated the place.
Correct.
And I think this is one of the coolest things that I've seen a festival of this size do is they kept everything up. Sunday night, they put Gary Newman, Iggy Pop, and Susie and the Banshees on, and they.
You ever been at a festival that's canceled or like there's a lightning thing? I was at
I'm
one.
sure.
I was at one once and it was crazy. Like they were just like, get out, and there's nowhere for you to go.
Yeah, go back to your car.
Yeah, just go stand.
You're like, bro, my Molly just hit.
Just stand in the field right outside this fence.
I just feel like too is right before the headliner, so people are like, okay, now's the take all the drugs.
Okay.
Susie and the Banshees about to come out.
So people were.
And then it was like the lights went on. Closing time.
Big shout out to Leah Block, Ken Block's daughter. And she got first in the two-wheel drive and fourth overall at the Oregon Trail Rally this weekend. Following in her dad's footsteps, Leah
Sick.
is paving. She's crushing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. So congrats to her. And also Lucy Block did super good this weekend as well. Rally family.
Mother-daughter?
Mother-daughter.
Ripping.
Shout
out to Steve-O. And I say shout out to Steve-O because he has become a really incredible podcaster.
You think he'd be on our podcast?
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
All right.
I watched his podcast with Maynard from Tool, and there was awkward moments, but he's good.
Wait,
he's getting good.
Who was more awkward, Steve-O or Maynard?
Well, I think Steve-O was probably a little bit awkward because he's a huge fan, and so whenever you know what it's like.
Is it better?
You're a big fan, so you're like, oh, I'm a little nervous talking to Chris.
Is it better not to be a fan of the person that you have on the podcast? You ever seen someone like have obviously
an enemy?
No, like someone on the podcast and they try to be so cool that they're like a dick to their guest.
Like,
yeah, whatever. Like
Tool's good.
Between two ferns kind of style.
Yeah.
But in IRL.
I've been for some reason I've been really diving deep into podcasts, which it's a little late, right? They're pretty popular. You know who's having a moment? Carrot Top.
Wait, what?
Carrot Top is having a moment. Carrot Top has been all over the pod scene. You know the comedian Carrot Top?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the bodybuilder.
Did you know? Okay, so he didn't know he was getting ripped. Do you know why Carrot Top got so jacked? Because he was in Las Vegas and he was bored and nothing to do, and so he would just go to the gym every day.
Wait a
until
minute.
He noticed.
He didn't. Bullshit. What
That's
did
what he
does he
said.
not have any mirrors at his house?
No, he just like was working out.
Dude,
and
he's constantly wearing his little brother's T-shirt.
Okay, he looks to be a normal size now.
He deflated
a little bit. He was laughing about it. Carrot Top seems like a G. He just seems so cool.
Does he? Really?
Yes,
he does.
I forgot about Carrot Top. I'll be honest.
Well,
but I'm back on the Carrot Top
Comics
program.
Prop Comics went out.
Guess who loves Carrot Top? George Carlin.
How do you know?
Because he said it.
Really?
Dinosaur Jr. is celebrating 30 years of the album Where You Been.
And
underrated Dinosaur Jr. album.
You know, you go to see Dinosaur Jr., you might as well just put your face right in the amp.
Loud.
It is loud. M.A.S.S is got to be hard of hearing because they turn... I've never had my shit rocked more than at a Dinosaur Jr. concert.
I will tell you one band that's louder than Dinosaur Jr.
Who?
Mogwai.
They're very loud.
You can feel your clothes going.
Every Dinosaur Jr. show I've ever been to, I've had so much
tinnitus,
toilet paper stuffed in my ears to like just so I could hear the songs.
You have to soak it in piss.
You soak it in piss first?
Yeah.
I've been doing it wrong.
You didn't know that?
No.
Dude, you must not go to a lot of shows. Everyone's doing
Sorry.
that.
Do you go to the show and bring your own earplugs?
No, I don't wear earplugs.
You don't?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm accustomed to it, to loudness.
Do you ever get weirded out when
What?
people...
That was a joke.
Do you see people break... Like, I always thought that was cool when people have their own earplugs.
I think it's snobby.
Really?
No, it's fine. I you know what? If I like, because I know people who have very expensive earplugs.
Like the ones that cut down the highs and the lows.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, they kind of look at you like, it's pretty loud, huh? You're like, no, it sounds great. They're like, yeah, it sounds better right here in my ears.
They say that?
No, no one's ever said that to me, but I just imagine that. Dude.
What?
You want some music news?
Yes.
Sunbender. Everyone agrees that that's a great name because we talked about it last week on this show. Sunbender, new little musical project I got going on.
Yep.
We went and recorded 2 songs with Chris Prescott of Tanner, Pinback, Hemlock, Montalban Quintet. And they're about halfway done. Dude, they're thick.
What do you mean?
They're thick.
They're thick songs?
So we are a power trio along the lines of other power trios like
Cut You Up?
Rush, Dinosaur Jr., Cut You Up's 4, and Cut You Up is still a band. It's an awesome band.
You just like let everyone know.
Power trio, The Police. A lot of good power trios out there.
Milli
And
Vanilli.
we're one of them. They're a duo.
Oh.
Coming soon. Finally, questions.
Okay, we're gonna
I
have
feel like
some
we've
questions.
been here for a while.
Brought to you by Nanocraft CBD. Yeah, we started this podcast yesterday. You guys should almost be done work now, because I know a lot of you listen.
Wherever
to
you're
our
driving,
podcast at
you
work.
might be almost there.
Let's see. I'm gonna look up and see what I have for questions in mine too.
Brett David Pajetsky says, congrats on the anniversary, Chris and Todd. In the past 5 years, how many 540 debates do you think have undergone, and is there any headway on the resolution occurred so far, and has anyone stopped saying frontside indie, or has the frontside indie initiative taken more of a main stage?
I would be bummed if people stopped saying it because it would wouldn't give me as much to do.
I kind of giggle on the
My
inside
outrage
now.
is over.
Yeah.
I've
not
gone
outraged.
through my outrage phase.
I don't call it whatever you want. I don't care. I know what's right in my heart, in my mind. My brain tells me, and my heart tells me they're in unison, knowing what a 540 is.
I'm not gonna be like a grab Karen anymore.
No, I'm not gonna be a spin Karen on the airwaves.
Right.
If it happens in front of me while I'm commentating,
But just
I'll say
know
540.
that you're wrong.
Yeah, I'm not wrong.
Just know that you're wrong.
John Veter says it's Gaper Day on Blackcomb. Heading up now for the last snow shred of 2022, 2023. Here's hoping the next 6 months go by quick because we're already jonesing for more peak
Don't
share laps.
start.
What's Gaper Day mean?
Gaper Day is like you just dress like someone who doesn't have a mirror, like, and doesn't know they're jacked.
Do not
because they're bored
type
in Las
Gaper
Vegas.
Day into Pornhub search bar.
Right. Gaper.
Don't do that.
Gaping Day.
Don't.
There's a big difference between Gaping Day and Gaper Day.
Thank you for the report, John. So yeah, last day of snow there. You can come to Mammoth. Mammoth's gonna be open all year. Adam Etzart says, Monday Mass question. This is a good question.
Thanks for the shirt, Adam.
Thanks for the shirt and stickers. Oh, you didn't get stickers?
I got serious.
Thanks, Adam. He gave me like 3 more stickers than he gave you.
What is it?
If you could design a new pro model skateboard or snowboard for yourself, what would your graphics look like? Ooh, good question.
Interesting.
I think, man, that's a tough one. I have a thing for swords. Sometimes.
You have a sword spot?
I have a sword spot for swords. No, not swords.
You put a sword on that?
I'm gonna go. I have this board right here that has all these
That thing,
weapons
I
that I
was
drew
looking.
on
I was
it.
looking at that.
I would just do a bunch of weapons on the board,
Just weapon.
but like funny weapons. So if you can't see this, but
What's like a funny weapon?
basically a funny like this art that I did over here is titled "Things That Can Kill,"
Mm-hmm.
and it starts with swords and guns and axes and bows and arrows and goes all the way up. Then you got spear guns, you got a fishing pole, you got a charger helmet,
What's the funniest weapon that someone could come at you with?
a basketball, kill you with it. A
I mean,
taco.
Literally anything is a weapon in the hands of John Wick.
A blender,
A blender.
a phone, a corded phone. We've seen that in movies a bunch
Corded
of times.
phone.
Mm-hmm.
Post-it notes.
Just
If
tiny
you get, it's tiny.
zips.
How many paper cuts do you think it would take for you to die?
Good question.
Do we have any other questions? More pressing ones?
Todd says, what happens when you put your snowboard stuff wet away for the season?
You get mold. Black
You get
mold.
Oh, Willie and Pietro. These are our two of our favorite feline listeners, Willie and Pietro. Have you ever had to give your pet medicine or injections? If so, how awful was it?
I've had to try to get my cat to swallow a pill.
In the anus?
No, that's you don't swallow with your anus.
Cats don't swallow. Dogs do it easy.
They'll eat anything.
Yeah.
Cats, you have to you can't do it.
So mine actually happened last night. I have to put this stuff. It's like a little squeezer thing, and you put it on the dog's back from the neck to the buttocks.
Oh, for
the
flea?
buttocks for fleas.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my dog hates it. And I pull it out, and I click it. You go.
Oh yeah, they know.
And they know, and she ran, and I felt bad, but I'm just like, yo, I don't want fleas in the house. So
My cat,
that sucked.
I've had to do that stuff too, that Advantix, but I've heard that stuff, if you're using Advantix, it's not good.
It's
doesn't
not
work.
Advantix. I use spray paint.
Chantix. It's so your pets quit smoking.
You know what a term that's used in the dog grooming world that every time I just anal gland expressing. You know that?
Yeah.
You want to express the anal glands.
That's really?
I just don't.
Do all dogs have to have their anal glands expressed?
Anal glands expression? Anal gland expression.
Do they all have to have it done?
I mean, I don't think they have to, but
You're not
feels
doing it for
better.
fun.
You've never had your anal glands expressed?
No, I mean I have. They're very expressive.
Let me express to you. What
I have
your
a
anal-
very expressive anal gland. But
Question for the show.
All right.
Wilson. H. Wilson. What's the worst boarding accessory you have purchased or used enthusiastically? For example,
Ooh, leg bags.
riser pads for a skateboard, go-to shower rinse off after. Those are two good ones. What's yours?
The worst.
Like the worst, best accessory that you're maybe a little bit embarrassed to have and use enthusiastically.
Grip tape eraser. I use that thing all the fucking time. To the
That's so
point
punk
now
rock.
where I can't I hate dirty grip tape.
That's so punk.
Is it punk?
You know what I've never used but I want to use next season when I go snowboarding is those butt pads. Butt and thigh pads.
Beneath Apparel makes a pair of padded shorts.
What?
Yeah, I have some.
Bring it.
Hey,
Can I have them?
Did you ever? You know those people that take their bearings out of their wheels and soak them and clean their bearings?
I'm not doing that.
Do you do that?
No, I use Bones bearings, the best in the business. We don't need to soak bones. Jason Berg says, FYI, I think the band name Sunbender is rad. It has a shoegaze vibe to it and reminds me of Tonebender, a great record store that specialized in shoegaze records. Thank you, Jason Berg. That's awesome to hear.
Very
Naming a
radical.
band is hard. That's a good show right there. Hopefully you made it home wherever you're driving to or from.
That'll be our show this week. Thanks to Joey Bauer and also big thanks and
Tony
shout
from
out to
Dark
Tony
Arts.
from Dark Arts for informing me that you can in fact fix a carbon fiber surfboard with regular household products.
2 for 2 with people answering my calls. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling seen. I'm feeling liked.
All right. If you've liked the way that we've expressed our anal glands this week, you're going to love next week when it's just me. We'll see you next week.
We're going to make it work.
Ooh, I can't wait to make an anal gland expression.